Okay, hi guys, I think I'm live now. Okay, cool. So today's session is on algebra. I think we already did a few sessions on arithmetic. So let's get to algebra. I think we did one session on algebra also last year, I think a couple of weeks back. So let us get started. I think there are around 16 questions in this session. And I would expect the session to go for around 2 hours. I will post the question, and for every question I will give 2.5 minutes for you to solve. And after you solve it, I will give the explanation. In the middle, if there are any doubts with respect to your CAT preparation, I will be answering them. That is basically the theme. So let us get started. One thing I wanted to tell you, which many of you would already know, is that we conduct live sessions on YouTube from 2 to 4 p.m. Every week. Most of the sessions will be either on Quant or LRDA with respect to CAT. We might conduct some sessions on verbal also, but primarily they will be on LRDI and Quant. We already did a few sessions. I think we did one on algebra. We did one on arithmetic. You can check them in the live sessions. These were the last 2 live sessions that we did. We also did a strategy session, 8-month strategy to prepare for CAT 2026. So let us get started. Let us look at the first question for today. This is the first question, not a very difficult one. We have the time also, say 2 minutes, I think, yeah. Once you get the answer, you can post it in the chat. I will give a shout out to everybody who got the question correct. Big guy is saying, have not started algebra. Can I attend this? I think you should definitely attend it if you have not started algebra, because you'll get a sense of the different kinds of questions that will be asked in algebra. And I'll be giving explanations for all the questions that we are going to solve. And many of the questions are from basic to medium level. So it will be like a good intro for starting algebra. Guys, please do like the stream. Let's target 75 likes before the session ends. If you got in the question correct, if you were able to solve it, please do post the answer in the chat. I'll give a shout out to everybody who got the question correct. Okay, I think time is up. Let us try to solve this question. So in this question, we are given 3 equations. The first equation is 3x plus 6y plus 9z is 20 by 3. What is the first equation? 3x plus 6y plus 9z is equal to 20 by 3. Now, one thing I always do whenever I look at a equation is look at the coefficients. The coefficients on the left hand side are 3, 6 and 9. All of them are multiples of 3. So I'll divide the entire equation with 3 so that the coefficients become lesser. Why do I do it? There is no reason, it just simplifies things. So x plus 2y plus 3z, which is basically what I divide the left hand side with 3, is equal to 20 by 9. This is what I get. I have divided the right hand side also with 3. What about the second equation? 6x plus 9y plus 3z is 17 by 3. 6x plus 9y plus 3z is equal to 17 by 3. 6x, 9y, 3z is. Again, all of them are 6, 9 and 3. All of them are multiples of 3. Just as a habit, I divide everything with the highest common factor so that the equation looks simpler. This is 17 by 9. This is the second equation. And what is the third equation? The third equation we have is 18x plus 27y minus z is 113 by 9. 18x plus 27y minus z is equal to how much? Is equal to 113 by 9. Now one thing you will immediately notice is here we have 2x plus 3y, here we have 18x plus 27y. So there are multiple ways in which you can solve this. Suppose I just add these two equations, this equation and this equation. I can eliminate the value of z because you have plus z here and minus z here. So this will be 20x plus 30y is equal to 130 by 9. Now I divide the entire equation with 10. So I'm going to get 2x plus 3y is equal to 13 by 9. Now 2x plus 3y plus z is equal to 17 by 9. 2x plus 3y is equal to 13 by 9. So immediately I figure out that z is equal to 4 by 9. This is one equation. So I solved for one variable, I need to solve for the remaining two variables, and I have one equation in x and y. 2x plus 3y is 13 by 9. I need to get one more equation, maybe I'll look at this equation. Because I know z is 4 by 9, x plus 2y plus 3 times z is 20 by 9. But z itself is 4 by 9. So 3z will be 12 by 9 is equal to 20 by 9. Or the second equation is x plus 2y is equal to 8 by 9. Here I have two equations and two unknowns. I can solve for them and calculate the value of x and y. How do I solve it? I will multiply this equation with 2. So I'm going to get 2x plus 4y is equal to 16 by 9. 2x plus 3y is 13 by 9. 2x plus 4y is 16 by 9. So the value of y is equal to 3 by 9. Once I know the value of y, 2y will be 6 by 9. So the value of x will be 2 by 9. So now I solve for the value of x, y and z. X is 2 by 9. Y is 3 by 9. Z is 4 by 9. Now what am I required to calculate? I am required to calculate 75x plus 113 by y. 75 by x is 75 into 2 by 9 plus 113y is 339 by 9. This is basically 489 by 9 or 163 by 3. So the answer for this question is option A, which is 163 by 3. Let us look at the next question. Guys, we have 35 people watching the stream. Please do like the stream, guys, everybody. Okay guys, time is up. Let us try to solve this question. So we are asked to calculate the 15x plus 15y, that is 15 times x plus y, and we are given two equations in x and y. One of the things that you notice in this equations is we have x and y in the denominators. When you have x and y in the denominators, the way to solve it is exactly the same as solving two linear equations. But because it might appear slightly confusing, what I do is I assume that 1 by x is equal to a and 1 by y is equal to b. So now the two equations become 3a, because this is 3 by x, plus 4 by y becomes equal to 4b is equal to 3. This is the first equation. In the second equation we have minus 2 by x, but because we assume 1 by x to be equal to a, minus 2 by x becomes minus 2a, plus 1 by y becomes equal to b. That is what we assumed the value of 1 by y to be equal to. This is equal to 13. This is equal to minus 13. So now it is very simple. We have two equations and two unknowns. We will calculate the value of a and b. For example, I can multiply this equation with 4. I am going to get minus 8a plus 4b is equal to minus 52. If you assume this equation to be 1 and this equation to be 2, you will notice that the coefficient of b is 4 in both cases. That is the reason we actually multiplied this equation with 4. We wanted the coefficients of b to be the same. So now if you subtract the second equation from the first equation, what are you going to get? 4b and 4b get cancelled. You are going to get 3a minus of minus 8a, which is 11a on the left hand side. And this is equal to 3 minus of minus 52, which is 55. Or the value of a is equal to 1 by 5. Sorry, a is equal to 5. Don't get confused and make these kind of silly mistakes. A is equal to 5. If 11a is 55, a is equal to 5. Now substitute it in any one of the two equations. Minus 2a is minus 10 plus b is equal to minus 13, or the value of b will be equal to minus 3. Why is this important? What did we gain by calculating the value of a and b? A is 1 by x. So now we know that 1 by x is equal to 5, or the value of x is 1 by 5. Similarly, we know that 1 by y is b. So if b is equal to minus 3, 1 by y is equal to minus 3, or the value of y is minus 1 by 3. Now we know the value of x, we know the value of y. What are we required to calculate? We are required to calculate 15x plus 15y. 15 times x will be 3. 15 times y will be minus 5. So 3 minus 5 is minus 2. Or the answer for this question is option C, which is minus 2. Let us now look at the next question. One shot or series? Basically, this will be a good question, man. This will be a bunch of 16 questions, which are mostly based on linear equations and quadratic equations, one or two questions in logarithms. All of them, I would say, are pretty useful. Definitely, they would be on the medium level, easy to medium level for CAT. Kashyap Vellampalli is saying, sir, there is a trick for x and y when the equations coefficients are in AP, right? You are absolutely right, Kashyap. We actually have one such question in the upcoming questions. When the coefficients of two linear equations are in arithmetic progressions, we can calculate quickly the value of x plus y plus z. That question will come, either it is the next question or the question after it. Just watch out. Okay guys, let us try to solve this. In this question we are told that there are two two-digit numbers whose sum is 60. The unit digit of both the numbers are prime and distinct. Okay. The difference between the two two-digit numbers is less than 10. Find the product of these two numbers. So we have two two-digit numbers, this one plus this one, and say this one and this one. If you are adding both of them, you are getting 60. This is one thing that you are told. The second thing you are told is that, let us assume that this is the higher of the two numbers and this is lower of the two numbers. What you are told is that the difference between these two numbers is less than 10. Okay. We are given one more information. We are told that the units digit of both of them are prime. And distinct. With this, you are asked to calculate the value of both the numbers. Now, one thing you should know is that the sum of these two primes is equal to 10. Because the units digit over here of 60 is 0, the sum of two primes has to be equal to 10. That is one thing we can be sure of. Now, how are you going to get the sum of two prime numbers to be equal to 10? Let us calculate all the possibilities. The two numbers can be 1 plus 9 because the sum has to be 10, or 2 plus 8 has to be 10, or 3 plus 7 has to be 10, or 4 plus 6 has to be 10, or 5 plus 5 has to be 10. If the sum of the two units digit is 10, these are the only possibilities. But we want both of them to be prime also. 9 is not a prime, 1 is not a prime. 2 is a prime, but 8 is not a prime. 3 and 7 are primes, so this is allowed. 4 and 6 are not primes, this is not allowed. 5 and 5 are primes, this is allowed. But we want both of them to be also distinct. They cannot be equal to each other. So it is not 5 and 5. So these two numbers have to be 3 and 7. Now what else are we told? We are assuming that the higher number is, the number at the top is higher and the number at the bottom is lower. The difference between these two is less than 10. So the only possibility is, this is 33 and this is 27. The other possibilities, if you are looking at, of 43 and 17 or 53 and 07, because you want the total to be equal to 60, the difference between these two numbers will be greater than 10. The only way the difference between the two numbers is less than 10 is if the two numbers are 33 and 27. And what is the product of 33 and 27? 33 into 27 will be equal to 81 into 11, which is equal to 891. You should know this trick of multiplying a two-digit number by 11. I think many of you would know it. In this particular case, if it is 81 into 11, you write 8 here, 1 here, and the number in the between will be sum of 8 and 1, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9. So it is it is possible to calculate a two-digit multiplication very easily. We can also say that what is 64 into 11? Although it is not related to this question, it will be 6 here, 4 here, and you have to write 6 plus 4 in the middle, which is 10. But 10 is not a single digit number. Therefore, you write 0 here and you increase 6 by 1, so it is 7 and this is 4. Just one last question so that you understand it. What is, say, 92 into 11? 92 into 11 will be, you write 9 here, you write 2 here. In the middle, you have to write 9 plus 2. But again, we are getting this to be 11, which is a two-digit number. So you write 1 in the middle, you write 2 here. 1 is basically the units digit. And you increase 9 by 1, so it is 1012. That is the value of 92 into 11. So anyway, so we can easily calculate 81 into 11, which is 891, which is option B. Let us look at the next question. Ayush is saying, sir, can we get concept videos also for algebra that would increase the confidence while solving questions? Sure, man. I will give you the link for those kind of videos. Kushwant is saying, what is the trick? Okay. Kushwant, I'll explain the trick. I think there is a question that we placed where we use the concept that Kashyap was mentioning. It will come soon. If it doesn't come by the end of the session, then I will explain it in detail. But I think it comes in one of the questions. So when that question comes, I'll explain it then. Guys, we are close to 40 people watching the session. Please do like the stream. Guys, if you get the answer, please post in the comments. I'll give a shout out to everybody who got the question correct. So in this question, we are told that there is a library fee which has 3 components. It has a fixed enrollment fee and 2 other fees, which is the book issuance and the book issuance fee, which are charged according to the number of books that are issued. So the fee basically is like this. The fee has a fixed part. This is not dependent on the number of books that are being issued. In addition to the fixed part, we have a variable part. And this variable part has 2 components. One is an issuance fee and one is an insurance fee. Both of them are dependent on the number of books that are being issued. So basically, for every book that is being issued, you will have an issuance fee. Let us assume that this is say I1 and this is say I2. And irrespective of the number of books that are being issued, there is a fixed cost. Let us assume that the fixed cost is F. So what you are essentially going to pay, the fees for say n books will be F plus n times I1, this is the issuance fee, plus n times I2. Or this is basically F plus n times I1 plus I2. That is, if you are assuming that the total of the issuance fee plus the insurance fee, which is I1 plus I2, say just for the ease of this explanation, is equal to I. This is the total variable fee per book that is being issued. The total fee will be F plus n times I. Now what we are told is that this fee is 554 if he borrows 4 books. So it would imply that 554 is equal to F plus 4I. Similarly, if he borrows 8 books, the fees is 1094. So 1094 is F plus 8I. Now if you subtract one equation from the other, what is 1094 minus 554? It will be, this is 0, this is 4 and this is 5. 540 is equal to 4I, or the value of I is equal to 135. Similarly, 4I is 540, 554 is equal to F plus 4I, so the value of F is equal to 14. So what we know is that this fixed fee is 14 rupees. The value of the variable fee, that is issuance plus insurance, is 135 per book. The sum of both of them is 135 per book. Now what are we asked to calculate? We are asked to calculate how much will the student need to pay if they borrow 6 books. So if the student is borrowing 6 books, he has to pay F plus 6 times I. F is 14, I is 135, so this is 6 times 135. This will be 6 times 135 is 810. 14 plus 810 is 824. So the total amount of money that the student has to pay if they borrow 6 books is 824, which is option C. Let us look at the next question. One thing I would tell you is we have launched a very good profile evaluator, because every year I get hundreds of DMs, hundreds of people message me both on WhatsApp as well as Reddit as well as Instagram, where they ask me to like review their profile. Now, it is difficult to actually reply back to all of them, and I feel that if I don't reply back, it is impolite. Because of that, we built this tool, which is an AI-powered tool. And this is pretty accurate. We looked at we filed a lot of RTIs. We figured out what are the key components or the key parameters that different MBA institutes take into account while giving their shortlist to build this tool. You can just Google search Cracku CAT profile evaluator. You'll get this profile evaluator. You can enter your name, your gender, your 10, 12 profile percentages, all the details of your profile. And once you click submit, it evaluates your profile to a pretty decent accuracy, and it will also tell you what is the percentile that you would need to get shortlist from the top institutes. So definitely do check it out. You can access this when you just search for Cracku CAT profile evaluator on Google. Okay guys, let us look at the next question. Okay, I'll tell you all the people who got it correct. Ayush Srivatsav, Aparna Nair, Kushwant and Ari Chaudhary. All of them got the earlier question correct. Very well done, guys. Arya Chaudhary is saying, what are the difficulty of these questions? These questions I would say are easy to medium level. Okay. This I would say is an easy question. After every question, I'll tell you what I think is the difficulty level from now on. This is an easy question. Okay guys, time is up. Let us try to solve this question. The difference between two numbers is 2. Whenever you are given this kind of a question, assume that some variable names are the two numbers. So let us assume that the two numbers are A and B. What we are told is A minus B is equal to 2. 3 times the larger number. Here the larger number is A. 3 times the larger number will be 3A. Is added to twice the smaller number. Plus 2 times B is equal to 86. So now we have two equations and we have to calculate the value of both the equations. For that, in this kind of situations, we want to make the coefficients of one of the variables to be the same. We can make the coefficient of A to be the same, or we can make the coefficient of B to be the same. In the first case, the coefficient of B is minus 1. This is minus B. In the second case, the coefficient of B is 2. So one strategy could be that I will multiply this equation with 2. So I'm going to get 2A minus 2B is equal to 4. Now if I add both of these equations, 3A plus 2A is 5A. 2B minus 2B is 0. Both of them get cancelled. Is equal to 86 plus 4, which is 90. So the value of A is equal to 18. What is the value of B? B is 2 less than A, so B is equal to 16. What is the sum of A plus B? The sum of A plus B is option D, which is equal to 34. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct, because many people got it correct. Aparna, Ayush, Balunath, Chirimiri, Aditya, Kushwant, Big Guy and Arya Chaudhary. Well done guys. Let us look at the next question. Yeah, I think Kashyap asked about a trick, right? About how to solve two equations where the coefficients are in an arithmetic progression. This is what we would do. So try to solve it here. And after that, I'll explain. It's okay, Kushwant. You made a small mistake. That's fine. Guys, we have 40 people watching the stream. Please do like the stream. Okay, let us try to solve this question. In this question, we are told that the cost of 5 BDs, 7 cigarettes and 9 cigarettes is 240. Let us assume that the cost of a BD is B, cost of a cigar is say C1 and cost of a cigarette is say C2. Then what is given to us is the cost of 5 BDs, so this is 5B plus 7 cigars, which will be 7C1 plus 9 cigarettes, which is 9C2. This is equal to 240. This is the first equation that we have. And the second equation is the cost of 8 BDs, so it is 8B plus 11 cigars, which is 11C1 plus 14 cigarettes, which is 14C2. This is equal to 380. These are the two equations that we have. So if you're looking at the equations and if you're looking at the coefficients of the equations, we have 5, 7 and 9. These are in an arithmetic progression. They are increasing by 2. So we have 5, 7 and 9. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. So this is an arithmetic progression where the coefficients are increasing with 2. Similarly, if you're looking at the second equation, we have 8, 11 and 14. These are three coefficients. They are increasing by 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. So in both of these cases, the coefficients are increasing in an arithmetic progression. In these kind of situations, you can easily calculate the value of B plus C1 plus C2. How do you do that? The coefficients are in an arithmetic progression of plus 2 in the first case and plus 3 in the second case. You interchange them and multiply the equations. That is, you multiply the first equation with 3 and the second equation with 2. This plus 2 you are multiplying with the second equation. This plus 3 you are multiplying the first equation. If you are multiplying the first equation with 3, you are going to get 15B plus 21C1 plus 27C2. This is equal to 240 into 3, which is 720. If you are multiplying the second equation with 2, you are going to get 16B plus 11C1 into 2 is 22C1 plus 14C2 into 2 is 28C2. This is 380 into 2, which is 760. Now if you notice both the equations that we got, and if you are looking at the coefficients of B, C1 and C2, in the first case it is 15, in the second case it is 16. For C1 the first coefficient is 21, the second coefficient is 22. C2 the first coefficient is 27, the second coefficient is 28. So if you multiply the first equation from the second equation, we are going to get B plus C1 plus C2. This is equal to 760 minus 720, which is equal to 40. Therefore, the answer for this particular question will be option C, which is equal to 40. Let us now look at the next question. Kashyap is saying, sir, if I wanted to solve, that trick can be used only to calculate a plus b plus c. You can't use the trick to calculate a plus 2b plus 3c. In many of the cases, you can't actually calculate the value of a plus 2b plus 3c. Why is that the case? Because if you remember the earlier question, you have only two equations and three variables. You have b, c1 and c2. So there are three variables, but you are given only two equations. So you can't individually calculate the value of b, c1 and c2. But you can calculate some forms of it. For example, you can calculate b plus c1 plus c2. Other than that, you can't calculate b plus 2c1 plus 3c2. Okay, people who got the earlier question correct are Chirimiri, Yuvraj, Big Guy, Aparna Nair. All of them got it correct. Well done, guys. Okay, the time is up. Let us try to solve this question. In this question, we are required to calculate the value of p. We are given two equations. In the first equation, p minus q is in the denominator, p plus q also is in the denominator. Even in the second equation, we have p minus q in the denominator and p plus q in the denominator. So let us do one thing. Let us assume that 1 by p minus q is equal to a and 1 by p plus q is equal to b. We are doing this just so that the calculations become easy. So if you're looking at the first equation, 15 divided by p minus q is 15a. Plus 18 divided by p plus q is 18b. 15a plus 18b is 5. In the second case, we have 10 divided by p minus q. So that is 10a. Plus 36 divided by p plus q is 36b. This is equal to 6. So now we have a simple linear equations in two variables a and b. We want to equate the coefficients. We want the coefficients to become the same. In this case, we have 18 and here we have 36. So let us multiply the first equation with 2. What are you going to get? You are going to get 30a plus 36b is equal to 10. Now if you subtract one equation from the other, you are going to get 20a is equal to 4. So the value of a is equal to 1 by 5. If a is equal to 1 by 5, 15a is equal to 3. We can substitute it in any one of the equations. 15a will be 3. So 3 plus 18b is equal to 5. Or the value of 18b is equal to 2. So the value of b is 1 by 9. If a is 1 by 5, 1 by p minus q is 1 by 5. So p minus q will be equal to 5. B is 1 by 9. That is 1 by P plus Q is 1 by 9. So P plus Q is equal to 9. If you are adding both of them, what are you going to get? You are going to get 2P is equal to 14, or the value of P is equal to 7. So the answer for this question is that the value of P is what we are required to calculate. It is equal to 7, which is option A. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct. And after that, we'll go to the next question. Guys, we have 45 people who are watching the stream live. Please do like the stream. Aparna Nair, Kushwant, Ayush, Yuvraj, Balu, Anant, Big Guy, all of them got it correct. Let us go to the next question. Okay. Arya Chaudhary also got it correct. Well done. Okay guys, the time is up. Let's try to solve this question. Here we are told that there are 495 rupees in a bag and they are in the denominations of 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise coins. So we have 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise coins. The ratio of these coins is 1:8:16. So let us assume that there are A 1 rupee coins, there will be 8A 50 paise coins and 16A 25 paise coins, because the ratio of these coins is 1:8:16. So what is the total value of these coins? The value of A 1 rupee coins is A rupees. The value of 8A 50 paise coins, each 50 paise coin is worth 1/2 rupees. We have 8A such coins, so they will be worth 4A rupees. And each 25 paise coin is worth 1/4 of a rupee. We have 16A such coins, so the total value of these coins will be again 4A. This is 495. That is A plus 4A plus 4A is 495. 9A is equal to 495, or the value of A is 495 divided by 9, which is equal to 55. So the number of 1 rupee coins is 55. The number of 50 paise coins is 8A, that is 8 into 55, which is 440. The number of 25 paise coins is 16A, that is 16 into 55, which is 880. Therefore, The question is how many 50 paise coins are there, which will be 440. So the correct answer is option C. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct. We have Ayush, Aparna, Rosh Singhs, Aman Pathak, Yuvraj, Chirimiri, Pranav, Kashyap and Vidya Magesh. Let us go to the next question. Okay. We are launching a 7-month batch from day after tomorrow. If any one of you has any doubts about this batch, you can just Google search Cracku CAT 2026 course. If you Google search it, you will go to the page where all the details about the Cracku course are there. It's simple, just search Cracku CAT 2026 course. Otherwise, you can contact us on our support number, which is this one, 6303239042. We will get back to you and you can ask any doubts that you might have about the course. It is a very well-defined course. You will have daily live classes, you'll get the batch tasks. So all of these things will basically appear. Every day you know what exactly has to be done. For example, on 6th April, there will be arithmetic live class on allegations. There will be a video concept on allegations. There will be a test on allegations. So that is basically the concept that will be discussed quite a lot. Definitely do check it out. It is a pretty good and well thought out of very well structured course. It might be useful for you. Again, if you have any doubts with respect to the course, just Google search Cracku CAT 2026 course, or you can call us on our support number given over here. Okay, let us try to solve this question. This is quadratic equations. Yuvraj is saying, sir, in the previous question, AP1, can't we subtract multiple times to get the sum of all? Much easier in this case. Maybe you can do it, but for me, I always feel that if both the equations, if the coefficients are in AP, I know that you have to multiply the first one with the common difference of the second AP, and you have to multiply the second one with the common difference of the first AP. Then you subtract one from the other, you will easily get the value of A plus B plus C. Pranav is saying, are these actually CAT level questions or very easy levels? I would say they are easy, but not very easy. These are definitely maybe slightly easier than CAT, but not extremely easy. One way to think about it is if CAT has different levels of questions. If the difficulty level of questions, the 22 questions, you are marking them, you will get a lot of questions. And if the difficulty level is from say 1 to 10, you will get multiple questions which are difficulty level 5. You will have some questions which are difficulty level 7. You will have 3 or 4 questions which are difficulty level 9. Okay, roughly. These questions I would say are say 3 or 4 in the difficulty level. The point is they are slightly easier than the easy questions of CAT. But they are definitely the stepping stone for you to get the easy questions correct in CAT, for sure. So these questions I would say are actually pretty useful for you. They will help you build the basics and the foundations. And the step forward is not very far. From these questions to actually solving CAT level easy questions, there is not a lot of difference. These might seem very easy, but the easy questions in CAT and they are not very far apart. Okay, I think time is up. Let's try to solve this question. In this question, the sum of all the solutions of the equation 8 to the power 2x minus 16 times 8 to the power x plus 48 is equal to 0 is asked. So in these kind of questions, when you have 8 to the power x repeated multiple times, let us assume that 8 to the power x is a variable a. So 8 to the power 2x, which is equal to 8 to the power x whole square, will be equal to a square. So the given equation is a square minus 16a plus 48 is equal to 0. This is simply a quadratic equation in a. This is a square minus 12a minus 4a plus 48 is equal to 0. This is a minus 12 into a minus 4 is equal to 0. So the value of a is either equal to 4 or the value of a is equal to 12. What exactly is a? A is 8 to the power x. So 8 to the power x is equal to 4. So the value of x is log of 4 to the base 8. In this case, a is equal to 12. So 8 to the power x is equal to 12, or x is equal to log of 12 to the base 8. So what is the sum of both the roots of x? It is log 4 to the base 8 plus log of 12 to the base 8, which is log of 48 to the base 8. Because remember that log of a plus log of b is log of a into b. So 12 into 4 is 48. 48 is log of 8 into 6 to the base 8. So this is 1 plus log of 6 to the base 8. So the answer for this question is 1 plus log of 6 to the base 8. In my opinion, this is definitely a CAT level question, maybe on the easy to medium side on CAT. I would not say that this is a question which is very easy or much easier than CAT. I would say this is a CAT level question. Let me try to give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct. Sorry guys, I marked this wrong. It is not 1 plus log of 8 to the base 6. It is 1 plus log of 6 to the base 8. It is so important even in CAT that even if you get the question correct, if the options look similar to each other and you are marking the wrong option, you are going to get the question wrong. So in this case, I got the question correct. I know that the answer is 1 plus log of 6 to the base 8. But I got casual and I thought the question was done. I wanted to see who got it correct. And I was just went and I marked B, which is wrong. So I would have gotten the question wrong in the examination and I would have felt so bad afterwards. That shouldn't happen. So you should be always alert even when you are marking the question. You just saw what happened. So you should not allow this kind of a thing to happen to you in the examination. So the correct answer is 1 plus log of 6 to the base 8, like we discussed here. It is 1 plus log of 6 to the base 8, which is option A. So let me see who all got it correct. It is Ayush, Yuvraj, Aparna, Ritu Panwar and Pandav Kumar. Let us try to solve this question, guys. I would say this also is CAT level question. On the easier side maybe, but definitely can come in CAT. Yes, Pranav, I think definitely this will be a useful session. All the questions I would say are definitely useful. You should know how to answer all of these questions. Then I think you're not far away from answering algebra questions from CAT. They are the foundation. Just one step more will be CAT level questions. Kushwan is saying, sir, before solving, I was thinking that it could be done, but now I'm stuck. It's fine, man. That happens. Okay, Chirimiri had some problem with the last step, but he got it. Well done. Okay, time is up. Let us try to solve this question, guys. In this question, we are asked to calculate the number of solutions of the equation log of x minus 1 to the base 4 is equal to log of x minus 3 to the base 2. First thing we should know is, when is a logarithm log of a to the base b defined? For this logarithm to be defined, we want a to be greater than 0, we want b to be greater than 0, and we want b to be not equal to 1. These are the conditions needed for the logarithm to be defined. In this case, for this equation to be defined, we want the arguments to be greater than 0. So we want x minus 1 to be greater than 0 and x minus 3 to be greater than 0. Or we want x to be greater than 1 and x to be greater than 3. Both of them happen when x is greater than 3. So the condition that is needed is that x has to be definitely greater than 3. What is the second thing that is needed? You need to know a formula of log of a to the power m to the base b to the power n is equal to m by n into log of a to the base b. So the power of the argument, when it is brought outside the logarithm, comes in the numerator, and the power of the base, when it comes outside the logarithm, it comes in the denominator. Why is this important? Because now if you are looking at the equation that is given to us, this is log of x minus 1 to the base 4 is equal to log of x minus 3 to the base 2. Log of x minus 1 to the base 4 is equal to 1 by 2 into log of x minus 1 to the base 2 is equal to log of x minus 3 to the base 2. Now you send this to the other side of the equation, you are going to get log of x minus 1 to the base 2 is equal to 2 times log of x minus 3 to the base 2. If you are taking this 2 inside the logarithm, that will become equal to log of x minus 1 to the base 2 is equal to log of x minus 3 whole square to the base 2. Now you see that on both sides of the equation, the base of the logarithm is the same. So we can cancel this and we can cancel this. So you are going to get x minus 1 is equal to x square minus 6x plus 9, which is x minus 3 whole square. So you are going to get the equation as x square minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. This is x minus 5 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. So the two values that x can take are either 5 or x is equal to 2. But remember that for the logarithm to be defined, we needed x to be greater than 3. If x is less than 3, the logarithm is not defined and so the equation will not hold. Therefore, x cannot be equal to 2. The only value x can take is 5, like many of you mentioned in the chat. So I would say the correct answer is that only one value exists for x, which is equal to 5. Again, I would say this is a CAT level question, slightly on the easier side, but definitely can come in CAT. Aparna Nair, Kushwan, Ritu Panwar, Pranav, Yashwadhan, Ajay Jose, all of you got it correct. Well done. Okay. Somebody asked, is 30 questions per day enough for practice? I think 30 questions per day on a consistent basis is more than sufficient for you to do very well in CAT. Yuvraj is saying, sir, how to increase speed and accuracy in quants? Since 8 months are left and I am enrolled to Cracku batch in Feb, really want to maximize my quant score. One thing I would tell you is very simple. First, focus on the 3 important topics, which is arithmetic, algebra and geometry. Second, which is true for both LRDA as well as quant, is I want you to go through the previous papers very well and solve all the questions that are there in the previous papers. Even if it is taking you some time, that is fine. Because even if you answer the questions multiple times, that is, say you have answered CAT 2025 slot 1 paper now, try to come back and solve it again, say 1 month later. And same with even the previous year's papers. You should be very, very thorough and very, very comfortable in answering the previous year's papers for the last, say, 4 or 5 years, especially in Quant. That will help you quite a lot. That will give you a lot of confidence, because if you think about it, not a lot of completely new questions come in CAT, even in Quant. So if you are very comfortable with the concept that is asked in every Quant question in the last 5 years, your accuracy and your speed will improve quite a lot. Just focus on those things, that will be sufficient. At the end of the day, accuracy and speed will improve if you solve more and more questions. Okay, what is the least positive value of a for which the equation 2x square plus a minus 10x plus 33 by 2 is equal to 2a has real roots? Okay. The equation is 2x square plus a minus 10x plus 33 by 2 is equal to 2a has real roots. If you are given a quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, for every quadratic equation which is of this form, there is something called a discriminant. Let us call the discriminant d. D is b square minus 4ac. That is the square of the coefficient of x minus 4 times the coefficient of x square into the constant term. If d is greater than 0, this equation has 2 real roots. That is, both the roots are real and they are not equal to each other. If d is equal to 0, it has 1 real root. Basically, it has 2 roots, but both of them are equal to each other. Something like, in this particular case, it will be a perfect square. Like, say, x minus 4 whole square. If x minus 4 whole square is equal to 0, x is equal to 4. There is only 1 real root. In the first case, it will be of the form x minus 2 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So the value of x is either 2 or 5. In the third case, if d is less than 0, it will have no real roots. How does that look like? The equation will look something like, say, x square plus 5 is equal to 0. Now you know that x square is non-negative. X square is always greater than or equal to 0. So something which is non-negative plus 5 cannot be equal to 0. There is no real value of x for which this is true. So that is the importance of calculating the discriminant. In this particular case, we are given a quadratic equation which is 2x square plus a minus 10 into x plus 33 by 2 is equal to 2a. That is, if you are writing it down, it is 2x square plus a minus 10 into x plus 33 by 2 minus 2a. This is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation we have. And we want this quadratic equation to have real roots. For this to have real roots, we want the discriminant to be greater than 0. When would that happen? You want b square, which is a minus 10 whole square, to be greater than or equal to 4 times ac. What is a, which is the quotient of x square? It is 2. Into what is c, which is the constant term? It is 33 by 2 minus 2a. This is a square minus 20a plus 100 is greater than or equal to 8 times 33 by 2 is 132. That will be 33 into 4 minus 16a. You can simplify this to equal a square minus 4a minus 32 is greater than or equal to 0. This is a minus 8 into a plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. So either a has to be less than minus 4, less than or equal to, or a has to be greater than or equal to 8. These are the two cases that are needed, in which case a minus 8 into a plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. What are we required to calculate? We are required to calculate the least positive value of a. The least positive value of a will be in this interval, and that will equal 8. So the answer for this question is, the smallest positive value that a can take is 8. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this correct. This is definitely CAT level. This question can come in CAT. Uh, Aparna Nair, Pranav, Yuvraj, Ritu Panwar, Aman Phatak, and Ross Singhs. Let us look at the next question, guys. Striker is saying, are the books by Cracku for cat and mocks are enough, or do I need to solve previous Qs as well? See, I would say that Cracku books and mocks are very, very good. I know that. I put in so much effort into it, and I know that they're very, very good. On the same hand, PYQs are also very good. So I don't want it to be should I do this or should I do that? I don't think it's a good question. Both of them are extremely good, and you can do both of them because you have close to 7 to 8 months left. So make the best use. Definitely don't ignore PYQs. Okay, Kashyap, I'll explain the inequality part after the time for this question is done. Guys, please do like the stream. I wanted to get to 75 likes before the stream ends, so we need another, I think, 20 likes or so. Okay, before answering this question, there was some doubt with the inequalities over here. I'll just explain it quickly. So once you have something like this, and once you factorize it as a minus 8 into a plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0, whenever you have a quadratic equation which is of the form, say, x minus p into x minus q is less than 0. If it is less, then x has to lie between p and q. If the sign of the inequality is less than 0. The way to intuitively understand it is, if x lies between p and q, x minus p will be positive. X is greater than p. And x is less than q, so x minus q will be negative. For example, if you assume that this is of the form, say, x minus 5 into x minus 20 is less than 0, x has to belong to 5 and 20. So if, say, x is a number like, say, 10, 10 minus 5 is positive, and 10 minus 20 is negative. The product of positive and negative will be negative. On the other hand, if you have the inequality greater than 0, that is x minus p into x minus q is greater than 0, what we are essentially saying is that x should not lie between those two roots. That is, either x is less than p or x is greater than q. If x is less than p, both of these terms will be negative, and the product of two negative terms will be positive. If x is greater than q, both of the terms will be positive, and again the product is positive. For example, like in the earlier case, suppose it is x minus 5 into x minus 20 is greater than 0. Then what we are saying is that x has to be either less than 5 or x has to be greater than 20. For example, if x is less than 5, let us assume that x is equal to 3. 3 minus 5 is negative. 3 minus 20 is negative. The product of two negative numbers is positive. Or x has to be greater than 20. Suppose x is 30. 30 minus 5 is positive. 30 minus 20 is positive. The product of two positive numbers is positive. So if the inequality is less than 0, x has to lie between the roots. If the inequality is greater than 0, x should not lie between the two roots. In this case, the inequality is greater than or equal to 0. So x should not lie between the two roots. Okay, here we have x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So basically we have x square is equal to 3x plus 1. And what are we asked to calculate? We are asked to calculate x square. Just 1 minute, guys. We are asked to calculate x square plus 8x minus 1 into x cube plus x to the power minus 1, this to the power minus 1. Let us first look at the second term. What is x cube plus x to the power minus 1 whole to the power minus 1? This is x cube plus 1 by x whole to the power minus 1. This is, if you are simplifying, x to the power 4 plus 1 by x whole to the power minus 1. If you are simplifying it, or to the power minus 1 is just taking the reciprocal of it, which is x divided by x to the power 4 plus 1. So the given expression is equal to x square plus 8x minus 1 into x divided by x to the power 4 plus 1. What is the value of x square? The value of x square is 3x plus 1. So x square plus 8x plus 1, because the value of x square is 3x plus 1, if you are just looking at the numerator is x square plus 8x minus 1 into x. What is the value of the denominator? Denominator is x to the power 4 plus 1. X square is 3x plus 1. So this is equal to 3x plus 1 plus 8x minus 1 into x, which is equal to 11x square. Again, what is the value of x square? It is 3x plus 1. So this is 11 times 3x plus 1. This is the value of the numerator. What about the denominator? It is x to the power 4 plus 1. X to the power 4 is x square whole square plus 1. This is 3x plus 1 whole square plus 1. This is 9x square plus 6x plus 1 plus 1. Again, what is 9x square? X square is 3x plus 1. So this is 9 times 3x plus 1 plus 6x plus 2. This is 27x plus 9 plus 6x plus 2, which is 33x plus 11, which is 11 times 3x plus 1. The denominator is 11 times 3x plus 1. The numerator is 11 times 3x plus 1. The numerator is equal to the denominator. So the answer for this particular question is option C, which is equal to 1. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this correct before going to the next question. Yeah, I think Aman Pathak and Striker got it correct. We do have a subreddit called I am CAT preparation. This is a subreddit which is run by the faculty and the students of Cracku. Some of the moderators of this subreddit are actually students of Cracku, students who use Cracku on a regular basis. We use this subreddit to interact with students quite a lot. I think 1 week back or so I did a AMA. So definitely do check it out. If you want to interact with me, if you have any doubts with respect to your CAT preparation, you can definitely post it on I am CAT preparation. This is where I am active. And I look forward to interacting with all of you. Please do like the stream, guys. We want to get to 75 likes before the stream ends. Okay. Let us try to answer this question, guys. In this question, we are told that log of 4 to the base x plus log of x to the base 16 is 3 by 2. What is the sum of all the values of x? Let us assume that log of 4 to the base x is equal to a. Then what is log of x to the base 4? X to the base 4 is 1 by a. Whenever you are interchanging the value of the argument and the base, the logarithm becomes 1 by it. That is, you get the reciprocal of the logarithm. Here we have log of x to the base 16. 16 is 4 square. So log of x to the base 16 is log of x to the base 4 square, which is equal to 1 by 2 into log of x to the base 4. So the given equation is log of 4 to the base x, which is a, plus 1 by 2 log of x to the base 4, which is 1 by 2 into 1 by a. This is equal to 3 by 2. Now you are going to get 2a square plus 1 divided by 2a is equal to 3 by 2, or 2a square minus 3a plus 1 is equal to 0. So what you are going to get is 2a square minus 2a minus a plus 1 is equal to 0. This is 2a minus 1 into a minus 1 is equal to 0. So the value of a is either equal to 1 by 2 or the value of a is equal to 1. But what is a? A is log of 4 to the base x. If log of 4 to the base x is 1 by 2, what we are getting is 4 is x to the power 1 by 2, or the value of x is 16. If a is 1, log of 4 to the base x is equal to 1, or the value of x is equal to 4. So either x is 4 or x is 16. The sum of both the roots of x therefore will be equal to 20, which is option D. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got the question correct before going to the next question. Striker, Yuvraj, Pranav, Ritupanwar, Aparna, Rosh Singhs and Kushwant. Pranav is saying that he answered using options, which I think is totally fine. There is nothing wrong with it. This is the next question, guys. Try to answer it. Karthik is saying, is 7 months enough to crack CAT? I think 7 months is more than sufficient to do extremely well in CAT. Just be consistent and prepare every single day. That should be sufficient. Okay guys, let us try to solve this question. In this question, we are asked to calculate the range of values of x which satisfy the condition x divided by x square plus x minus 56 is greater than 0. So here we are given x divided by x square plus x minus 56 is greater than 0. If you are factorizing the denominator, this will be x divided by x square plus 8x minus 7x minus 56 is greater than 0, which is x divided by x plus 8 into x minus 7 is greater than 0. For the denominator to be defined, first of all, it should not be equal to 0. So x cannot be equal to minus 8 or x cannot be equal to 7. This is the first thing. The second thing is, when you want this to be greater than 0, it is easy to solve this question when all of these terms are in the numerator and not some in the numerator and some in the denominator, because it becomes more intuitive. So we'll multiply the right hand side with x plus 8 whole square into x minus 7 whole square, and we'll do the same for even the left hand side. But 0 into anything will be just the same, it will be 0. So basically what we are going to get is x into x plus 8 into x minus 7, this has to be greater than 0. We are basically bringing all the terms in the denominator to the numerator because the right hand side is 0, it doesn't matter. When everything is in the numerator, it becomes easy to look at it, think about it and solve it intuitively. Now if you are looking at it, there are 3 terms which involve x. One is x plus 8, one is x minus 7. The root for x equal to 0 is 0. The root for x plus 8 is equal to 0 is minus 8. The root for x minus 7 is equal to 0 is 7. So if you are drawing the number line like this, if you have minus 8 over here, you have 0 over here and you have 7 over here. If the value of x is less than minus 8, x will be negative, x plus 8 will be negative, x minus 7 will be negative. The product of 3 negative terms will be negative. If x lies between minus 8 and 0, x will be negative, x plus 8 will be positive, x minus 7 will be negative. So you will have 2 negative terms and a positive term. The overall product will be positive. If x lies between 0 and 7, x will be positive, x plus 8 will be positive, x minus 7 will be negative. So the overall product will be negative. If x is greater than 7, all the 3 terms are positive. So the overall product is positive. We want the overall product to be positive. So it is either this interval or this interval. So x has to lie between minus 8 to 0 union 7 to infinity. So the answer for this question is option A. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this correct before going to the next question. We have Striker, Rosh Singh, Kashyap, Ritu Panwar, Pranav, Ajay Jose, Aman Chaudhary and Kushwant. All of you did well. Well done. Let us look at the next question. Sir, even this can be answered using options. Options, I don't know, man. The earlier question can be solved using options for sure. This I don't think can be solved using options. Guys, we got 70 likes. We just need 5 more likes because the target was 75 likes before the session ends. Please do like the stream. Yeah, time is up. Let us try to answer this question. Here we are required to calculate the total number of natural number solutions to the inequality 2x plus y is less than 30. If you have 2x plus y is less than 30, what are the values that x and y can take? We are only looking for natural number solutions. The smallest value x can take is 1. If x is 1, the inequality becomes equal to 2 plus y is less than 30 or y is less than 28. If y is less than 28, how many values can y take? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, dot, dot till 27. So there are 27 values. If x is equal to 2, 2x plus y is 4 plus y. So we have 4 plus y is less than 30 or y is less than 26. So how many values can y take? Y can take 25 values. Similarly, if you continue to extend it, if x is 3, we have 6 plus y is less than 30 or y is less than 24. So we will have 23 values. So if you notice a pattern, it is 27, 25, 23, dot, 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 it will come to 1. It will actually come to 1 when x is equal to 14. When x is equal to 14, it is 28 plus y is less than 30 or y is less than 2. If y is less than 2, the only natural number y can be is 1. So it is going to get 1 value. So x varies from 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot till 14. And y will have 27, 25, 23, dot, dot, dot till 1 values for each one of them. So the total number of solutions is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot, 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 dot plus 23 plus 25 plus 27. These are the first 14 odd numbers. What is the sum of the first 14 odd numbers? It is 14 square, which is equal to 196. Now this is something that I want you to remember. The sum of the first n odd numbers is equal to n square. For example, sum of 1 is 1, sum of 1 plus 3. The first two odd numbers is 2 square. Sum of 1 plus 3 plus 5, which is the first 3 odd numbers, is 3 square, which is 9. Sum of 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus dot dot 7, this is the first 4 odd numbers, is 16, which is 4 square, and so on. Similarly, sum of the first n odd numbers, the last term will be 2n minus 1. These are the first n odd numbers is equal to n square. In this particular case, that is 14 square, which is 196, which is option D. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct. And we'll solve one extra question. Anuj Dubey is saying, sir, I got to know that you got AR 27 in JEE Advanced. Is it true? I did not get JEE 27. A close friend of mine got JEE 27. And in those days, it was not JEE Advanced. It used to be screening and mains. I think now the exams are called JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Mains is the first one and Advanced is the second one. In those days, screening was the first exam and mains was the second exam. But I did get a very good rank. My rank was JEE 29. And another trivia is, we have 3 founders of Cracku. It is me, Saili, and the third person is Srikanth. Srikanth runs the tech of Cracku, so the very good website or the app, the UX, all of that is handled by Srikanth. He was my batchmate in ITB, computer science. His JE rank was 20. B again using options. I think that is fine, man. I think you can do it using options. But when you have none of the above, sometimes you'll have to be worried about using the options. Otherwise, I think you can solve using options. Okay, let us try to solve this question, guys. What is the minimum integral value for which the following inequality holds true? X square minus 10x plus 21 is less than 0. When you have x square minus 10x plus 21 is less than 0, this is a quadratic equation. This is x square minus 3x minus 7x plus 21 is less than 0. This is x minus 3 into x minus 7 is less than 0. So if you are having x minus 3 into x minus 7 is less than 0, because it is less than 0, the value of x has to lie between the two roots, which is 3 and 7. If you are looking only at integer roots, the values that x can take are either 4 or 5 or 6. So this inequality is true for three integral values of x, which is 4, 5 and 6. The smallest of them is 4. So the answer for this particular question is option B, which is 4. People are asking for very good study material and very good CAT questions. We provide both of them. A lot of them are actually free. You have to just Google search Cracku CAT questions. Search it on Google, you'll get a page like this. This has hundreds of questions, all of them according to different topics. If you are not able to see this properly, this is CAT probability questions, this is CAT geometry questions, this is CAT linear equations questions, CAT averages and proportion questions. All the different topics in Quant, LRDA and VRC, we have them over here. You have to just Google search for Cracku CAT questions. If you're looking for study material, just Google search Cracku CAT study material. Once you Google search for Cracku CAT study material, you'll get a page which looks something like this. All of this is actually free. You will get the formula PDF. This is very useful. You will have the previous paper page. All the previous papers from CAT, I think 1990 till the latest CAT 2025. All the papers are updated with detailed video solutions. In addition to it, you have daily target, which is very useful. You have the CAT daily articles. Thousands of people come and read the daily articles here. All of them, and the CAT questions that we discussed, that page also, the link is over here. So if you just Google search Cracku CAT study material, you will get this page where you can access all of these materials for free. Okay guys, that is it for today. Again, I will catch you on next Saturday at 2 to 4 p.m.